The Chicago Bears have a new offensive coordinator, and his name is Bill Lazer. Yes, it is pronounced Lazer. Go look it up. What is going on, y'all? 5 Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL here to talk about the Chicago Bears filling their offensive coordinator position, and here to break down whether or not this was a good hire or not. But before I do, if you're new to the channel, welcome, guys. Make sure to go ahead and subscribe by hitting the big red subscribe button down below. And go ahead and hit the bell icon down below to be notified every time I drop a new video. That turns on the post notifications, folks. I'm trying to grow the channel. Helps me out a lot when you support the channel. So go ahead and do that and follow me also on my social media links down below and on my on the screen for my Twitter, my Instagram. Trying to grow that as well. So help me out, guys. Would really help support that. I'd really appreciate it. So with that being said, let's talk about the hire. Okay, let's get into it. Let's talk about whether or not this was a good hire. Who was Bill Lazer? What do we know about him? Why did the Bears make this hire? I'm going to get into all that right now. So let's start with the obvious. Who is Bill Lazer? Well, he is most recently the former offensive coordinator of the Cincinnati Bengals, and even before that was the offensive coordinator for the Miami Dolphins, okay? And so as far as my knowledge, he was not in the league last year, so he's been out of the NFL, okay? So let's start with the bad. He's been out of the NFL, just mentioned that. The other bad. His best finish in terms of his offense under his tutelage as the OC with his years with the Dolphins and the Bengals, 14th, not very good. A lot of the other finishes, 20 to 27. Numbers with Andy Dalton, 3,300 passing yards, 25 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. And then there was a drop off to about 2,500 passing yards, 21 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. So moderate to nothing great, really. But the good, run game. His finishes with the run game have been decent. He's had a second place finish in terms of his rushing offense, 13th around there. So he's had moderate success, I would say, with the run game. And the other thing, too, is I try to research a lot about Bengals insiders and what they had to say about Bill Lazer, because obviously they would know more about him than anybody else. And they did have some good things to say about the fact that when he was the OC and when the Bengals were healthy, keyword healthy, the offense did put up points. They were averaging 30-plus points for a good stretch there. And it was really when the Bengals players got hurt is when obviously the offense tanked, and that's obviously when everything changed. But if you were to describe his style as an OC, what would it be? And from everything I've gathered, it is very spread offense feel with heavy RPOs. So heavy run pass options, which is what we want. That is what we want, right? With Mitch Trubisky, we want Mitch Trubisky because he is still going to be the quarterback for the Chicago Bears. As far as what Ryan Pace has said for 2020, we still want him to be a little bit outside the pocket, to be able to utilize his legs. We don't want to just keep him inside the pocket. So spread offense, that type of feel with heavy RPOs. So this is what we know about Bill Lazer. So why was the hire made? Well, first, the reason the hire was made was because Pat Shurmur gave us the boot. Okay, let's be honest and call it what it is. Pat Shurmur turned down the Bears job. The Bears, I believe, offered him the job for OC. He probably talked to Nagy and obviously talked to Ryan Pace and said, listen, I'm actually probably interested. Again, I'm paraphrasing here, but do I get to call the plays? And Matt Nagy said, "Oh, no, not really. Yeah, you can consult me on the plays, but I'm still calling the plays." "Oh, so you want me to be the OC, but I can't call the plays?" "Yeah, no, thank you. I'm gonna go to Denver and be the OC there and actually call the plays." So again, Pat Shurmur denied us, and he went to the Broncos. Can't blame him. If I'm an OC, I want to call plays. Matt Nagy's not giving up play calling. We know that. So part of the reason we hired him is because of the fact that Pat Shurmur, our first option, I believe our first option, said no. And so we were really stuck scrambling for good candidates. But I had mentioned this even when I was talking about who the Bears should hire as the OC, that guys like Jay Gruden are out there. I don't know if the Bears did their due diligence and reached out to him. Maybe Jay Gruden's looking for a head coaching job and not an OC position. I don't know. But it just seems like this is the type of hire of oh snap, like we don't have too many options left. Let's just get a guy in here that kind of fits our mentality and is willing to listen. And that's really what this hire streams to me, because there's no Andy Reid connection. There's no Matt Nagy, Andy Reid tree. There's nothing there. This is like brand new guy in the building with no connections to Matt Nagy whatsoever. So that is why I'm saying this feels like okay, let's get somebody before we run out of time and there's nobody left for us. So, but here's what I'll tell you guys. What I tell the Bears fans is this to me is fairly insignificant because, again, there was a big drop-off after Pat Shurmur. There wasn't really going to be that many good OCs out there. I mean, you weren't going to get an Eric Bieniemy or a Josh McDaniels. Like, an OC isn't going to leave his OC position to come and be the OC here and not call plays. So the Bears' job wasn't really that attractive. But what I will say is this. Because it is insignificant, we don't have to worry too much about the OC determining the level of success. Now, again, as far as we know, the former OC, Mark Helfrich, and Harry Heinstad were responsible for the run game. So that is true, and the run game is absolutely very important. But what I'm saying is this is still the Matt Nagy show, and Matt Nagy still controls play calling. So to me, it is still going to be about Matt Nagy. It is still going to be about what he is able to do with Mitchell Trubisky, which will, for the most part, play the majority of the reason for why the Bears will or won't have success in 2020. That is where I'm at with this. So overall, how do I feel about this hire? I'm very mad about it. I'm very I'm not excited. I don't think it's the worst move in the world. Right in the middle, really. Doesn't really do anything for me. So let's see. But if anything, this kind of puts more pressure on Matt Nagy because we know, again, he's still the guy that's running the show. So 2020 is going to be all about Matt Nagy on the hot seat along with Ryan Pace. And we already know about Mitchell Trubisky. So there you have it, folks. My thoughts on the Bears' new offensive coordinator. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree. What are your thoughts on Bill Lazer? Leave a comment down below if you guys like the hire or not. I'm indifferent towards it, folks, to me because of the reasons I just stated. Let me know down below what you guys think. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Please make sure to subscribe as always. Thanks for watching.